YouTube has just announced that they are going to start running ads on videos whether your channel is monetized or not. And if your channel is not monetized, you're not going to see any of that ad revenue. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you why this is actually good news, why this sucks, and what you should do about it whether you're monetized or not. All right, let's start off with the good news. Why is this good news? I want to introduce you to a concept you might not be familiar with called the fill rate. This is how many ads they have compared to how many opportunities they have to show the ads. Back in 2016, it was generally understood that the fill rate was about 50%. That means that for every 100 opportunities YouTube had to show an ad, they had about 50 ads ready to go. So about half of your views for your monetized videos would have ads showing and would be a monetized view. That was the average around 2016. And what I think this is a sign of is that things have gotten better for YouTube since then. YouTube's really struggled over the years with some of their big creators kind of having some missteps, getting in the press for the wrong reasons. There was Adpocalypse 1, Adpocalypse 2. There were different issues with advertisers, and I see this as a sign that those issues are now behind us, because it seems like if they need to monetize channels that haven't met the required threshold yet, then they have so many ads and not enough opportunity to show them. So that tells me that I think my theory, my take on this is that the fill rate has shot up and they need more opportunities to clear their ad inventory. That is some good news for those monetized channels out there, because that means that advertisers are probably paying a little bit more for the ads. Your CPMs might be ticking up a little bit, and the fill rate goes up, so the percentage of your views that are monetized is increasing as well. I've noticed on my monetized channel, Vacation Impossible, over the last few weeks, revenue has been increasing despite me not doing a whole lot to drive that revenue. That tells me that's behind the scenes at YouTube. They are having increased ad sales. They're getting more money for the ads and more ads to show, and I think that's good news. I think YouTube's financial health is pretty good based on what I'm seeing out of this. I think this is a good sign for YouTube's financial health. If I was an investor, I'd be encouraged by this change in policy. But of course, for those non-monetized channels, and this channel is not yet monetized, this sucks. I mean, let's just say what it is. We'll call it what it is. This sucks because this sucks for a few reasons. For one thing, YouTube's going to start making more money off of your effort, and you're not seeing any of that if you're not monetized yet. And that simply sucks. There's just no other way to put it. And it also sucks for a couple of other reasons. It also means that your audience is now going to have to put up with ads that they didn't have to put up with before. And it's going to look to some people, the uninitiated, the uninformed, the people who don't watch this channel, it's going to seem to them like you are monetized. And who knows how many ads they're going to show? Are there going to be tons of mid-roll ad breaks? Is it going to frustrate your audience? That's a risk. That's possible. In fact, some monetized channels are careful about what kind of ads they enable. In fact, on Vacation Impossible, my monetized channel, I was very deliberate when I would monetize a video and when I wouldn't, and how many and what kinds of ads I would put there. And so now that's kind of out of your control if you're not monetized, and that sucks. So let's just call it what it is. And what's worse is there's this trend sometimes in the small YouTuber community that has me concerned. It's when one person will look at a channel and they'll look at their subscriber count, their view count, if they have ads running, or they'll go look at their Social Blade stats, and then they will make assumptions about that channel. And unfortunately, more often than not, those assumptions are really negative. And so then sometimes they attack that channel and assume that they did something they shouldn't, that they violated policy, that they're lying about not being monetized or whatever. And so I really want to caution people against making those kinds of assumptions. It's really toxic in the community, and you could be wrong. For example, you watch a video in the earlier times, you watch a video and you see an ad and you say that channel's monetized. However, what if a car drove by in the background playing, La Vida Loca or some other song? There's a content ID match, and it's Ricky Martin who's making that money, and that channel's not monetized. That is entirely possible. And you may have gone and made an assumption about that channel that's not accurate. And that's not fair, and that sucks. And I'm worried that this is going to make that worse because it's going to look like we're monetized, and it might look for certain audiences like we're being incredibly opportunistic. If YouTube goes in there and puts an ad break every 90 seconds or something, they're gonna be like, whoa, what is this guy doing? He's in it for the cash. I don't want to watch this. I want to put up with that. So that, if that happens, and if that's the reaction, that sucks. So now we got to figure out what we're gonna do, right? Because this could be an opportunity. We're not going to change YouTube. We're not going to change their policy decisions. So how do we adapt to this changing environment to sort of maximize our gain? This can be frustrating. It can make you just want to, kick things around and punch the wall, or you can see it as an opportunity. And I think the people who stick around and are successful on the platform long term, they see opportunity with change. And I think there's opportunity here. So first off, I'm going to talk to you channels who are already monetized. And I'm going to have chapters down below so you can skip around the video to get to the parts that you want to see as much as you like. Navigate the way you want. But for monetized channels, my advice is go in and monetize everything. Every video that you can monetize that you're allowed to within the rules of YouTube, just go and do it. If you were being hesitant before, this video I didn't want ads running because it would feel a little inappropriate, or I didn't want them thinking I'm trying to make money, I'm not all about the money. Whatever your thinking was on that, I think we need to leave that in the past. I think we need to let that go. And I've already done that with my Vacation Impossible channel. I had a couple of videos that for various reasons I didn't monetize. And I just said, you know what? It looks like ads are going to become such the norm on YouTube that they're going to see it on every video all the time, that audiences are just going to become even more used to it than they are currently. And so the humming and hawing and the moral struggle of deciding, should I put an ad or should I not, I'm leaving that in the past. That is going to stay in 2020 and before. Going forward, I'm just going to monetize all my videos on my monetized channel. Also, that helps put me in control of what kind of ads are there. And so for videos that you have already monetized, I also recommend turn on the banner ads, turn on the pre-roll ads, turn on the mid-roll ads and the after ads. Turn those all on. I still personally do not recommend sponsored cards, because the cards that show up that are sponsored could easily be confused by your audience as you endorsing something, and that could damage your credibility to your audience. And so that's why I don't do sponsored cards. I also recommend not doing unskippable ads, because that just really annoys people. It annoys this guy. So I often will click off a video if it's like non-skippable ad 2.5 minutes. Are you kidding me? I've actually seen that. That's ridiculous. So that's something there that I think monetized channels, that's what we should do. Also, I think this says, hey, YouTube's got a big inventory of ads that they want to show people. So now's a great opportunity to get your content out there. If you've got videos that you've been waiting to release for just the right time, that time could be right now. Don't wait on it. Get it out there. If this is going to be a new golden age of YouTube where the ad revenues go up, let's take advantage of it while we can and while it's here, because we've seen before that that can go away with adpocalypse and that other stuff. So jump on the opportunity now. If you've got something you've been thinking about filming or that is in your backlog of things to edit, now's the time. Let this be motivating to you. I know it's frustrating for those non-monetized channels, but for us monetized channels, let's go out there. And you know what? This to me is YouTube flashing the bat signal saying we need more content, oddly, despite how much content gets on the platform. But that's how I'm interpreting it. That's my take. And so I want to be a good partner to YouTube. This is the platform that hosts my content, and it's obviously something I'm passionate about. I make these videos. I've got my Facebook group all about YouTube. So I want to be a good partner, and I also want to succeed myself. So I'm going to see about getting some more content out there. If you don't have content ready to go, for example, my Vacation Impossible channel, vacations are kind of impossible right now. Travel is not big with everything going on in the world. So I might not have a lot of videos to put out. What I can do is I can promote my older videos. I can go find maybe subreddits where my videos answer questions or provide entertainment or value to an audience. I can go to a Facebook group that's focused on the subject of my videos and following the rules of the communities that I find, message boards, subreddits, Facebook groups, whatever it might be, within the rules, try to be helpful and provide that value, education, entertainment, whatever it is you offer into those niche communities. This is a good time to promote it, again, because seems like YouTube is crying out for more opportunities to show ads. So let's help them. Let's be good partners. Let's be symbiotic with YouTube and work together on that. I think that's a good idea. And so one of the ways that you can do that, if you don't already have it, is TubeBuddy. I highly recommend it. There's the browser plugin, which is free to install. There's the mobile app. I've got videos on this channel that explains it to you, but you can use that to help find those communities. You can use the Videolytics tab on your browser plugin to, when you look at other videos in your niche, see how they were shared on Twitter, what hashtags were used, how were they shared, were they in response to questions, were they tweets, how was that done? And so you can see where it was shared. You can also see where it was shared on Reddit. So if there is a friendly subreddit for your niche, that might help you find it. And it might also, like looking at Twitter, you can see the hashtags that they use. Those hashtags might be good meta tags for your video. You can also, using Videolytics, look at the meta tags that other successful videos in your niche have done, and they could inspire you. And so I've got videos about that. Check that out. But this is a great opportunity and a great time to do that. Additionally, if you're thinking of making a bunch of videos, Vlogmas is coming soon. If that's something you're going to do, you might want to consider getting your free month of Epidemic Sound right now and then start cranking out those videos like one a day. No more than one a day. More than that confuses the algorithm. But up to one video a day, and if you need sound effects or background music, you can get your free month of Epidemic now and just put something out like every day. So we've got a link to both TubeBuddy and Epidemic Sound in the description. I think now's the time. This is a great opportunity. We've got Black Friday coming up. We've got the holiday season coming up. People are going to want to advertise their products now more than ever. So it's a great opportunity for those monetized channels. But what about those of you who aren't monetized, like this very channel, which is not monetized? What is my advice to you? How do you respond to this news, which is probably kind of depressing, and I don't blame you for that. It's frustrating. I feel you. I feel that. I get it. And this isn't going to sound super helpful at first. My advice is get monetized. Yeah, easy to say, right? Hard to do. I get it. But if you're looking for motivation to get monetized, if this makes you angry, use that anger, use that energy and go out there and be like, you know what? Fine. Challenge accepted. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to take control of my channel back. I'm going to control the kind of ads that run, and I'm going to get a slice of that pie. If the ads are running anyways, if they might be annoying my audience anyways, I might as well get paid. So I think now's the time. If you want to make a big push, this can be motivating. So how do you get monetized? There's the two requirements. I'm going to deal with subscribers first. You need to have 1,000 subscribers to get into the YouTube Partner Program so you can start making money off these ads that are now going to run anyways. How do you do that? I've got a video here on this channel where I go through 7 big tips and a couple smaller ones. I talk all about it. I highly recommend you check it out. I'll link it in the info card. How to get 1,000 subscribers, whether it's your first 1,000 or your second 1,000. I think it's got tons of useful, actionable things. Almost everyone who watches that video sees one thing they didn't already know about. Highly, highly recommend it. So check that out and see about growing those subscribers. Now, one thing I want to make clear to those of you who aren't monetized, sometimes people get confused about the 12-month requirement for watch time. You have, when looking at watch time, it's the last 12 months. That does not apply to subscribers. So it doesn't matter if you got your 1,000 subscribers in 2008. It still counts. That doesn't matter. So the subscriber count is sort of a one and done. Just get to 1,000 and move on. Now, before you go and do that, I strongly recommend you check out YouTube's fake engagement policy. Read the whole thing straight through to make sure that none of the things you're doing violates that. You want to grow your subscribers, not get your channel shut down. And you got to do it the right way. But we've got that video that shows you all about how to do it. That's the subscriber count, get 1,000. Then you need 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 12 months. So for this, I don't have a video about that yet. We're going to make something coming soon. So feel free to make your suggestions in the comments. What do you do to increase your watch time? Let's see if we can help each other in this small YouTubers Boost community of ours. But a couple of things to think about when you're looking at that watch time. A lot of times people are commenting in our Facebook group saying, oh, my watch time's going down, which is confusing because that can mean a lot of different things. I would say, you know what? Don't really track it. don't watch it that carefully. It doesn't give you useful, actionable information. What you're going to want to do is look in your analytics and sort your videos by watch time, either for the last month, the last year, or the lifetime of your channel, and see what videos are generating the most watch time for you. Those are the videos you're going to want to promote more, and that's the kind of content you're going to want to make more of. If it has a high retention, so you're going to want to look at those things. What subjects do you cover? How was it shared? What does the thumbnail look like? How are you retaining the audience? Things like that. That's where you want to look. Don't worry about that little throttle on the Monetized goal page, like, oh, it's going up, oh, it went down a little bit, whatever. That's not going to help you do better. It's some information, but it's not that helpful. What you're going to want to see is what videos are getting you the watch time already, and then double down on sharing those videos and creating more of that kind of content. That's how you're going to get your watch time up. This might be the time, if you've been thinking about going live, to give it a try. That might be a way to get a whole lot of watch time and interact with your audience in real time. If you haven't tried doing a live stream before, maybe that's what your audience is just clamoring for. It might be the thing they don't even know that they need or want. Maybe give that a try. And of course, when going for watch time, you need to focus on views. Without views, you have no watch time. Views lead to watch time. So you're going to want to go out there and get more eyeballs on your videos. You can do that by optimizing for search engine optimization. We have a trilogy of videos here on this channel that shows you how to do it in the title, in the description, and in the tags. I strongly recommend you watch those videos if you haven't checked them out already. And go and implement those changes and share those videos effectively so you can get the views. Watch those views go up. And when the views start increasing, the watch time starts increasing. One leads to the other. So when you're going out and thinking about how can I promote my channel, what should I focus on right now? If you already have your 1,000 subscribers, focus on views. You want to find an audience. This is the kind of thing that people can identify with. When you're in our Facebook group and you just say, I want watch time, not a lot of people really identify with that. But if you say something like, I'm trying to find my audience, that's something people can identify with, and they might be more likely to help you. So in terms of asking for help in YouTube groups like our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/smallYoutubersBoost, you can find a community there that can help you in a lot of different ways. They're not just going to subscribe for no reason. They're not going to watch for no reason, but they could give you the advice, the tools, the resources, the feedback you need, and maybe you can find someone to collaborate with. And our group is getting close to hitting 300,000 members. We have a special secret surprise contest coming up. If you've stayed this late in the video, here's a little teaser. We're going to have a promotion coming up within the next couple weeks where you're going to have an opportunity to win some pretty amazing stuff. Maybe a GoPro, maybe a DSLR camera, maybe a portable hard drive, maybe a channel review, maybe some other things. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll be announcing that pretty soon over the next couple of weeks. And so those are also things that can help you really grow your channel. So, this situation, the news doesn't sound good. I get that. When you first read it, you're like, oh, YouTube's just making more money off of me and giving me nothing for it, especially if you're not monetized. But we gotta try and stay optimistic. And if you look at it the right way, you will see how this could be an amazing opportunity and actually a source of motivation. Whether you're angry and that motivates you, or whether you see those dollar signs and that motivates you, whatever it is, as long as it spurs positive action, then that's fine. And as a viewer, it occurs to me that I have been seeing a lot of ads lately over the last few weeks. The fill rate from my experience as a viewer has been really high. So this doesn't fully surprise me, this announcement, because of that. And, this might kind of, if there are tons and tons and tons of ads, maybe it makes YouTube Premium something that people might want to consider having as a viewer. And maybe if Premium is selling very well, maybe that's also part of what's causing this. When people have Premium, they don't see the ads. And so YouTube has fewer opportunities to show the ads. I understand how this can be demotivating and frustrating, but this could also be an amazing opportunity. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would love to know, do you think that this is YouTube just wanting a cash grab, or do you think this is a sign of something positive? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear what you're thinking. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. How to get subscribers, how to use TubeBuddy, how to optimize for SEO. It could change your channel's life for the better. Highly recommend those things. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on. We We often go live and give free 30-minute channel reviews, but you gotta join us early in chat to get your free review. The earlier you join us, the better chance we'll get to you. We always have more requests than we have time, so subscribe with notifications on, and maybe we'll see you in the next live stream. Thanks so much for watching.